rolling? We're rolling. So good afternoon, Team ABAM. It's Monday afternoon. The texting today was fantastic. Like last year, we kind of dispersed before I had an opportunity to thank everybody individually in a group. So I'm going to take that opportunity now. In the learning loop, lessons learned, I'm starting with the person I didn't thank on this video last year, which I was reminded of immediately afterwards and at the dinner at the Harvard Club. And I'd like to start by thanking my wife, Allison, who allows us to do all this training and take all this time away from home and has been incredibly supportive of Alex through the last 2 years. As Alex would say, she is his superhero, and supportive of me through a difficult couple of years. And without Allison, none of this would have happened. So thank you very much, Allison, for all of your support. The second person I want to thank, and I'm going family members first. The second person I want to thank is Connor Bamford. Connor, for second year in a row, does things without complaint. Gets up at 4:30 in the morning, drops us all off, goes back to bed, drives to Sturbridge. Whatever we needed Connor to do, he did. And I want to thank you very much. Thank you for all of your support of your brother and your family for the last 2 years. Third person I want to thank is my brother Dave. Dave flew out from Arizona. He is the furthest distance member of Team ABAM. Came out, spent quality time with my dad, and helped us a lot Saturday and Sunday with getting people. Thank you very much for coming out, and thank you for helping. Peter Welch, support member, family member, team member. I'm putting you in the family category this year. You're always there, Peter. You're always there. You're 100% supportive all the time, and I appreciate our friendship, and I appreciate the fact that you were part of this team. You had a lot going on this year in all kinds of directions, and you gutted it out, and you made it happen, and you always do. Thank you very much for that. The last two family members I want to thank are Gil and Gail. Once again, without the Saturday and Sunday afternoons where we can come to your home and support members can sleep, and then we can eat pizzas and cheeseburgers and everything else, without that venue, I think it's a different outcome. People have a great time in your home. You're great hosts, and people had a blast. So thank you very much, and thanks for letting support members sleep there. The last family member I want to thank is Melissa, Allison's sister. Melissa, you go through our family albums, and Melissa's in every picture. She's in every holiday. She makes every event. She makes a huge effort. She's a great sister and a great friend and a great member of our family, and I want to thank her very much for coming. We have a lot of things going on, and she takes time out of her life to come be with us and Team ABAM. So thank you very much. Support crew, remaining support crew. I want to start with Janet Connor. Janet, who is our team swag director. People loved our shirts. We got comments. We didn't get comments because we didn't see anybody, but many of the team members got comments about the shirts. Thought they were great. People really like the American flag. I think we're going to make that part of our tradition. Haven't had a chance to wear the pullover since it's 91 degrees here on Nantucket, but hopefully at some point it'll cool down and I'll get to wear that great jacket. But thank you very much, Janet, for all of your help. Liza Clymer. Liza, we missed you on the road. We missed you in the training sessions. We missed your love of life and energy and good humor and good fun. But thank you very much for coming up and helping and transporting people around and getting Jim McGinnis to the 9:31 train back to New York City from Bedford. And, thank you for coming. You're a great friend and a great teammate. And thank you for coming up. It's a long way, and we really appreciate it. Andy Davis, the last support team member I want to thank. Thank you for being such a great friend to Allison. You two have supported each other over the last couple of years through all kinds of things. Thank you for an incredible job Sunday with the barbecue and the cookout. I mean, you went way above and beyond the call in terms of bringing everything together and shopping and cooking and arranging and organizing and bringing 2 bikes back to Bedford. you're the person, as Allison says, I got to go to the hospital 3 o'clock in the morning. There's one person I'm calling, and that person's waiting out on Clark Road for me, and we go to Sloan Kettering. So thank you very much for being such a great friend to Allison. So on to the riders. I'll start with Jim McGinnis. Jim, thank you again for another great ride. We've done a lot of these together. You were in good shape and good humor, and we had a great time. Thank you for allowing people to stay at your home. I think that was a way better place to stay than Mass Maritime. You had air conditioning, and it was a lot quieter than Mass Maritime was, so you guys had to get up a little earlier than we did, but that worked out really well. And again, thank you for your friendship. We've been friends since we were 18 years old, and been through a lot together. And thank you for pretty much always making rides where Bamfords are involved. So thank you very much for that. The next person I want to thank is Rich Weber. Rich is actually my oldest friend. Rich and I have known each other since 3rd grade. Rich's birthday, talk about karma, Rich's birthday was Friday, and he sent me a picture that 39 years earlier we were at his 16th birthday party, and it's he and his twin sister Stephanie sitting at a table, and there's this dude with sideburns and long blonde hair. That was me, and sitting next to me is Rick Hurlick, and it really struck me. I mean, I know that, and I know we've been friends since 3rd grade, but the picture just struck me that we had known each other for a long time then, and that was when we were 16. So thank you very much for coming. You were great. You brought great life and enthusiasm, and it was great to see you on a bike again. It was great to ride with you, and it was great to see Mary after so many years. And you know, I've met and worked with your daughter Sarah, but I hadn't met your other daughters, and you have a beautiful family. And thank you very much for introducing us to them, and look forward to seeing you guys up north or down south, you know, in the near future. Rick Hurlicka. Rick, I know you're of 2 minds of this ride, and I was really happy to see your note earlier today that you're coming back. You know, you've always been there. We've done a million events together, and you gutted it out. You had a tough weekend with the heat and humidity, and you gutted it out. And you're always, you know, as I said, I've told everybody, best all-around athlete, but best all-around recreational athlete I've ever met is Rick Hurlicka. And you did it this weekend on guts and persistence, and you're stoic. You're not going to complain about it. You just take care of it. And I think you learned some new hydration techniques, which will come in handy, like drinking water during the ride might be a good idea. So I'm glad you learned that lesson, and look forward to seeing you back next year. And knowing you, my guess is you'll be a handful next year out on the bad streets of Massachusetts. The next person I want to thank is the person I forgot to thank last year after making a big deal about having an itinerary, is Scott Favre. Scott, it was, again, great training rides, really fun. I was a little concerned. You did the Ragbri, so Scott Favre shows up 10 pounds lighter, having done 500 miles. I'm like, I don't know, we're not going to see this guy all weekend, but you were strong in training, and you were strong out there this weekend, and you're a great friend, and you bring a great sense of humor and a great outlook and perspective to things, and I really appreciate your friendship, and thank you very much for being a part of Team ABAM. The next person I want to thank is Tony Beanstock. We had 3 captains on this team, and as I said in my emails, the C on jerseys stood for a lot of things. It stood for cancer survivors, it stood for character, it stood for courage, and Tony Beanstock is all of those things. Tony Beanstock, between the last time I did this and now, had 2 torn ACLs, a torn MCL, and cancer. But other than that, it was a great year physically for Tony. Tony missed the fewest training rides of anybody. Tony was always there. And to expect anything more than what he did this weekend would have been impossible. The fact that he competed as well as he did and rode as well as he did is a testimony to his character and his strength and determination, and you're a great friend, and thank you so much for being a part of this. You're also by far the leading fundraiser. Tony's raised over $40,000 by himself this year. The next person I want to thank is John Connor, who I hope to see tomorrow here on Nantucket. John was also in training one of the strongest riders. He's a great friend. We have a lot of fun together. Had some nice dinners, training dinners, of course. Important wine tasting dinners before going out and riding the next day. But thank you for your friendship, and thank you for being such a great part of our team. The next rider needs very little introduction, Parker Washburn. I said last year on the tape that if I had to guess Parker Washburn was top 10, I'm going to revise that number. I'm guessing there are 3 or 4 people who could hang with Parker if they actually went at it. I think there are 3 or 4 people out of the 6,000 people could hang with Parker Washburn. I know you didn't train as much this year, but that was unbelievable. And your ability to accelerate and leave everybody in the pack up every single hill was amazing. We also kind of got in early both days and had a chance to talk a lot, and it was great just to speak with you and to hear what's going on in your life and your upcoming marriage. And I'm very happy for you. You look fantastic. It was an incredible performance. You were the best biker I saw all weekend, and it wasn't that close. So thank you for being a part of our team, and thank you for being Alex's advisor at school again. It means a lot. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to Alex. Thank you very much. The next person I want to thank is Gary Goldstein. Gary and I have had a pretty involved year on all kinds of fronts, and I want to thank him for being a part of Team ABAM. I want to thank him and Jill for being a friend to our family in all kinds of ways that I'm not going to go into on this tape, but you both know what I'm talking about, and you're great friends of ours, and thank you very much. Gary also did this ride despite tremendous setbacks. He's the only team member who actually got hit by a car training, broke 2 ribs, broke his shoulder, and screwed up his knee in the meantime, and then manages not only to ride, but ride over 20 miles an hour in the last 25 miles of the ride, which is incredible. And it's just great having you on the team, and you're a great friend, and you're when things are down, you're a better friend, and I really appreciate your friendship very much, and thank you for being on our team. So the last rider I want to thank is Matt Farrell, the newest member of our team. I met Matt on a ride for veterans. We did a veterans charity ride, and it was one of these 100 people rides, and it was sort of by attrition. The lead pack got lighter and lighter and lighter in numbers, and there were 2 guys, and it was this guy I was behind for most of the ride, and we finally started talking, and it turned out he was riding in the Pan Mass Challenge for his daughter-in-law, who has cancer, and I asked him to join our team, and I'm so glad, Matt, you joined our team. It was great to spend time with you. It was great to meet your wife, Dorothy. You're a tremendous rider. Again, fantastic rider. Thank you for letting me sit on your wheel for a good half of Sunday. I needed it, and it was just great to get to know you, and you're a great guy, and thank you for joining our team. Thank you very much. So the last 2 people I'm going to thank, one is Alex, and he's a remarkable person, and I've said he's the most courageous person I've ever met. And I think about where we are now, where we were a year ago, and he's made enormous strides, and he's not where he wants to be yet, but he's well on his way. And he's a wonderful son. He's a wonderful example of perseverance and stoicism and sticking to things. And he couldn't make me prouder the way he handles himself and he conducts himself. He's a great person. And then finally, and of course, I have to thank God. I have to thank God for all of you and for everything I have. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for all the efforts everybody made to be a part of this. I'm grateful for everyone's spirit, enthusiasm, participation, and friendship. And I thank God every day. I pray for all of you every day. I wish wellness and happiness to all of us. And if the last 2 years haven't shown all of us that these things are fleeting, I don't know what would. So I'm very grateful, and I thank God very much. So for all of us. So that's it. There probably will be more emails this fall, unlike last fall. I'll probably do a little more, but I'm not going to get on a bike for a while. I'm sure a lot of you won't either. Have wonderful August. Enjoy the rest of the summer, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you very much.